variables and how we can use the Power Automate variables and what are the different kind of variable. So initially means what is the purpose of the variable? We use the variable to store the content with a different type. Okay, so that those variable can be used at a different places. So in a variable, initialize variable and data type. So how we can initialize the variable and what are the different data type in a Power Automate. So as I have created here one flow which is a manually trigger, and I go here, and here what I do, I will say variable. Okay, so here I'll say variable. If you type here variable, you can see the different action here. I here under the variable, I click on variable action. You can see there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 actions are there. Append to array variable, append to string variable, decrement variable, increment variable, initialize variable, and set variable. So while starting, initially we initialize the variable as per our standard programming language. What we do initially initialize the variable. So here this is one variable. I will say here, consider, I type here initialize the one variable here, and sorry, I selected increment. Sorry, actually I need to select initialize. Again I will type the variable, and here you can get the different action related to the variable. I select the initialize variable, I say my age. Okay, I just show you how it works. So these are the different kind of variable type: boolean, integer, float, string, object, and array. So these are the different kinds of a type to store the value in the variable. So initially I'll say here, consider, I'll select integer variable, and I'll say my age is equal to, consider, 45. Okay, so here I select this. Then what I do, I'll go here and I use another action, compose. Okay, so compose action, I'm taking the compose action. I just show you how the data will look here. Okay, and say my age, see here. Okay, so like this way I just put the compose action, my variable here, to check that how the data hold in this variable, and I test this functionality. Okay, and I manually test, save and test. Okay, so we see the output how it look. Run now. So once it execution completed, just a moment, it takes some time. Okay, so done, and check that. Okay, so here now I'll show you input here. It takes some time. Okay, my age, integer, and it store the value here, 45. And in compose, input type here 45 and output is a 45. So input in a compose means we can convert the output in the compose. Here in a compose, I just use the compose to display you what exactly the output is stored in that variable. Okay, so moving ahead, if we go ahead, and there is another thing which is, consider, there are different kind of initialization. You can store the string also, you can store the different kind of type. So after that we go in another type, which is the set variable. If we go here, set, then see here there are different sets are there, but my intention is a set variable. If you click on variable, you can also see the set variable. Set variable, while initializing the variable, I set one value here, 45. But set variable, if you want to reset that value with another, I set it as a 56, then it reset that value. Again we test and check that what is the output here. Okay, so in compose we'll get the output when I reset the value. Okay, so now again I go here and check that what is the output here. Flow ready to go and come on. I think it's executed. Let me test it again. Run flow run page. Let's see what is the showing. It's showing the run history. Okay, I said done. So need to open this. So I say not required. So here you can see the 56 will appear here, but whenever I initialize, I use 45, and using the set variable I change the value. Okay, so now this is about the set. Then next thing is another variable. Consider there is another variable, uh, another type of variables. So we'll go here and see here. So increment and decrement also there. Okay, set or replace a value in a variable regardless of its initialization content. That for that purpose we use the set. Increment, decrement, add, subtract to the original variable value. For that purpose there is an increment and decrement variable is there. Append, add to the end of the string or array. So these are the different kind of variables. So what I do now here, initialize set variable and use the append function here, append action here. Okay, so I'll say append. You can see here. So I just go on variable action and append to the string variable. Okay, sorry, not append. I used initially increment and decrement because we have using the increment variable. Okay, so I use the increment variable. My type is the value, enter a value. I say 4. Okay, so I said increment variable my h4. We see the output here. I reset it to the 56, and again I am saying here 4. Okay, so test the output. What will be the output here? It's taking some time. Just a minute. Let's see what is the output here. Okay, so 60 will be the output. Here I said the 56 and increment, it means it adds 4, it increment the original number by the 4. So like this way we use the decrement variable also. Here we can say the decrement variable. Okay, then after that there is append string variable or append array. Append string means if you want to append something in a string or in array. So for that purpose append will use. So what I do, I'll go here, here, just go here, initialize variable. In here in this condition I'll add, I say edit, and I'll add one string here. Okay, I use the string to append variable. Here initialize the variable, and I just say here consider here what I do, increment variable. I say first name. Okay, first name is a string. Let's say Raju. Okay, so here what I'm doing, I initialize the one string variable, and then I go here and I'll say here add action, and I'll say append in a variable, say append to string variable. Okay, so what is my variable time? First name, and what I'm doing, party. So it will append the surname to the string variable, and I'll say here variable name will be consider first name. Okay, so here, and I just test my flow, save and test the flow. We just say the compose and see the output. I say run flow here, done. Okay, so we'll see the output here, and we can see Raju Patil will be the output here, but it's directly concatenated. You can add the space here also. Okay, if you want to initialize the say here append, if you put space here, then it will also add the space while append the string variable. Also in append there is another uh, append to the string. Okay, and also there is append to array variable. Append to array variable. For array variable, just a moment, just to see the how it append now, whether it's added space or no space has been added here. Okay, so these are the basic kind of variables. Now the next variable type is array variable. Array variable is a bit complicated. Okay, so we'll look into the array variable. So while working in a real-time example, at that time I will show you how the array variables are working. So in the next session we'll take the array variable, how we can initialize and use the array variable, append the array variable. So we'll stop here. Thank you.